Welcome back to another week with Lakhi Singh. We've got the man, the leader, the businessman, the networker, Lakhi Singh, the gentleman who's devised the alternative business and property solutions community with Lakhi Singh, the property fixer. And this is a wonderful opportunity and an experience for people to talk to the man himself and ask all of those difficult questions. And remember, no question is small enough. So any question you got regarding business or property and you want the fixer to give you direction and fix where you're at, you can email through, and later we've already sent, after the 14th of August, hopefully, we will be going live with calls. So this week again, as we've had and a few weeks before, we don't have callers because there's a high frustration, people being asked to hold up and they're not getting through and they're not getting to ask their questions. So for this week again, we're going to rely upon email questions that we've collected over the week. First of all, good afternoon to you, Lakhi. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How are you doing over there?
Yeah, great. Hot. And we've come out on special location this week to a European destination, undisclosed, that we're trying to work. Pardon? Yeah, we've come out here to see what's happening in the property world, and that's why we've used this excuse to dial you through from Europe just to see what is happening in Europe. So we may have a special live call-in for people from Switzerland and Spain and Poland. Obviously, you won't understand what they're saying, but it adds to the variety of different callers and listeners. Yeah?
Well, we can definitely do the Italian.
Italian, yeah. We'll try and go down to Milan, or if we've got time, probably go down to Sardinia, and you can then answer questions directly to Italian-speaking Indians who have questions of you.
That's absolutely fine. Pleasure is all mine.
Okay, great. So the first question, Lakhi, we've got come up is, what are all of your professional offerings? What do you offer? What is the fixer about? Is he a one-trick pony? Is he a man of all colors? Is he a rainbow in the cloud? What is Lakhi Singh's offer? What are you offering? I mean, is there anything specific?
Okay, so this is a question that I get asked pretty much every single day, which is what do we do? My answer for that is that we're very strong horizontally across the property sector in many areas. We're expert, very good vertically in at least 4 or 5 areas of strength. And then primarily one is estate agency. So we're a UK-wide estate agents. So we help clients to sell their property quickly, or if it's a retail sale, investment sale, portfolio sale. We're very strong on that. So we get anything from about 100 to 200 properties given to us every month. We seem to be getting busier. So I think we're probably growing while COVID-19 is occurring because of the type of service we can provide in that vertical. The second vertical we've got is something quite different. If you were to type in LPA receivers, negative equity, stop repossession into Google, we come up number 1 in terms of the experts in helping people from stopping people losing their houses. So we deal with any manner of issue from HMRC or late payment, arrears, CCJ, bankruptcy. So we're exceptionally good at that particular service, and we help people, individuals, as well as landlords and portfolios. Then thirdly, we are experts in negative equity. Negative equity is, some people may not know what that is. So if you bought a house 10 years ago for, let's say, 400,000, and the debt was 300, but the value of the house has now gone to 250, you're in negative equity by £50,000. So if you were to sell the property, you need to pay the bank, still have to pay them 50,000. So we specialize in writing off negative equity. We're the only company in the UK that's got a 100% record in writing off negative equity debt. Now, some people say, how is that possible? I say it's possible because we are very careful to vet any clients coming to us. So we know that it's a 100% chance success of that being written off. That's why I can almost guarantee that success. Then fourth pillar or fourth area of expertise, what we do, one of our organizations provides all manner of raising finance. So we raise every type of finance you can think of, but what we're really good at is raising bridging funding. For those of you who haven't heard of that term before, it's short-term lending against a property, either as a first charge or as a second charge. Now that is a very valuable process for a lot of clients. But one of the major things we're known for and out for is dealing with cases where people have got an imminent issue, they need money in 48 hours, or they've got they're short of money because the loan to values don't quite work. They're looking for a top up of 50 to 100k. So we're quite good at finding them the right lender that will give them the money quickly, without asking too many questions. Now, does that answer your question?
That sounds perfect. Just to recap to our listeners. So you're a nationwide property sales and rental company. You are a specialist in legals to do with the Law Property Act. Is that right? LPA receivers.
That's correct, yeah.
And then you're also into finance. So raising, in particular, bridging finance. Is that right? Yeah, and then finally, you assist people in restructuring their property portfolios. Is that right?
That's right. So we write off negative equity debt, 100% success.
Which is a USP, you say?
That's right.
Okay.
I've actually missed a few other things, but we're a bit of a one-stop shop. So if somebody comes to us, we can do a lot of other things. We help people with diverse pension requirements, so we work with certain pension providers. We are also experts around tax solutions as well. If you're looking for a new income, you also have an opportunity to become a professional introducer for us. During this time of COVID-19, we've slashed the cost of becoming a member, which is normally £2,000, to this much, which is zero. That's zero. So
there you are, the property fixer.
Also fix you getting a new income. Can you believe that?
Well, that is something for everyone to think about. So you're actually saying you're giving them an associate membership for free. That's at zero cost. They're not having to pay the basic fee, and they can actually make money off helping people. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. And to make it easy for people to find out what it's all about, just go to www.rescuemyproperties.co.uk. So we're giving out this offer for a limited time during the time of COVID-19. Normally it'd be £2,000 to become a member, but it's an opportunity where you can go onto our website, get all the training, and be able to introduce clients, and it monitors everything, tells you how much money you're going to be making, what sort of leads you're looking for.
Okay, that's interesting. I've got an email. Lakhi Singh, I've got an email come up. Got an email come up from somebody who just listened to what we were talking about. So the question is, what training does this rescue associate model require? So if they want to become a member, and you're saying it's free, which is wonderful, do they need any training?
Let's just say that training is important, but it's only if they're lacking 2 or 3 key important skills. Number one, that if they don't have a network or a database, and then they might need some training how to do that. Number two is that if they don't know much about property, haven't got any knowledge about property, what property is, they need to do that. And all that knowledge is on our website and the rest of our properties and the YouTube clips. So you can see about 50 videos, literally 2-3 minutes clips, which will train you. So we're actually offering that. So your network and your training, that's key. Third is that if you haven't got a network and obviously training is there, then the third thing is that we will help you with the social media, and we're putting out training videos about how to go about doing that. And we'll also be doing regular Zoom calls for those people subscribing.
Okay, that's good.
Help you set
So what you're saying is everything is there for them to take. They have no. Okay, another question. I mean, there's a couple of common questions that have come up on this email. What about the capital spend? Do they need to take on an office? Are they required to spend money on cards, on a flyer of some kind, or do marketing, advertisement, anything like that?
There's no requirement whatsoever, absolutely nothing in terms of cost. The only time they have to pay a cost is that if they take on board membership and they want to be going out in a fully fledged way, then there'll be a £40 cost for setting up an ICO license. But a lot of people that are operating out there, already dealing with the property or data, already have an ICO license anyway. So that would be probably about the only cost.
Okay.
Cost is purely
That's
meeting clients, but with social distancing, I think 90% of business has been done over Zoom. So
Okay.
it's an ideal place to be working in with, you could say, zero cost, I would call it, and maximum potential to earn income.
Okay, so we've got another email come in. So they're asking the alternative business and property solutions community with Lakhi Singh, the property fixer. What's all this about then? Okay, so you're a fixer. You've got a website. What's the Facebook group? Why is this Facebook group important to these people? Why do they need to come onto Facebook? Is it important?
Okay. What's been happening is that as an organisation, we can see where the balance of things that are happening in the United Kingdom are on a day-to-day basis. We get up to call because we're already behind on SEO.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people saying to me, I've got lots of issues, I need time, I need to understand, but there isn't really anybody there to help. What tends to happen is that although I have time for people, I may not have time to spend hours and hours with people. I decided to set up a community where people can go, of experts, between 9 and 5, and they'll definitely get an answer. As I talked to you about, with that panel will be live. That panel will be going live in the next couple of weeks, and they'll be able to answer any questions they want. Pretty much anything to do with property, business, finance, legal, tax, new income opportunity, or anything to do with really that support. It could be even that they've been refused a loan or something from a bank. They support people through this very difficult time with COVID-19.
Okay.
That group is probably one of the best places to go to, I think, to be able to get answers.
So what you're saying is the Facebook group is a way of them talking directly. They can get direct access to you, which is quite good. It's convenient for you. You can be talking to them on the move. You don't need to be sitting down somewhere. It means they can get a question answered from you straight away. Is that right?
That's absolutely right.
Okay. Another email has come through, and that is, do you deal with properties in the northwest or the greater Manchester area?
Well, we cover the whole of the country, Scotland, Wales, North East, North South. So we basically, by the end of this week and hopefully mid of next week, we'll have a group up to support any locality, so we break in the regions. So we will have Northwest, the alternative property business solutions community, there to support you in a more localized way. And we'll have a local person also that would be helping to monitor that group. So not only will you have the global help from myself on that group, but you'll also have a localized help with anything you might need in terms of community.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're going to have separate groups created that are going to be dedicated to certain areas. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. So our objective is to help people with any sort of property business problem locally within any region of the United Kingdom. And the idea is to actually push that community out and help it grow. And I think it'd just be a natural ecosystem.
Okay, so I've got another email come through. I mean, listening to that, I've got an email come through from Vicky. She says, are you only catering for properties, or do you actually cater for business? Because she's looking for a loan or finance in order to acquire a business. Can you support people in this Facebook group or these areas, as you call them, who just want finance to purchase businesses?
We are very diverse in our ability to help people in different ways. So we get hedge funds worth a couple of $100 million talking to us, to a couple of people that are just rang me up and they want to borrow £10,000 or £20,000 as a personal loan. So where we can't help, we will have somebody in our team that we would give to you. That's ideally in-house.
Okay.
If you haven't got the in-house resource to help you, then we would recommend at least 2 or 3 people that would be the go-to people for that particular requirement.
Okay, so you can actually get business loans for people, yes?
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can. That's good news. Right. Okay, another email's come through. This is from Bob. Bob says, in regards to, it's quite a lengthy email. I'm going to try and get to what he's. Right. Okay. Crux of what he's asking you is, can you assist him in getting finance to buy it's the same as the first question. It's basically finance to buy a business. So he's looking for the same thing. You've answered that question. So we'll ignore that email. Going down to the next one. Right. Right. How are you coping in these times? It's a bit of a vague question, but I assume what they're saying is, in this environment, in the COVID environment, has it helped your business, and are you able to help other businesses to do more business, or is it dead like most of the businesses?
I get this question asked of me at least about 10 or 20 times a day, pretty passing with anybody I meet. So what we've done is we've geared ourselves over the last 12 years to help people to grow their businesses in property, the property business or their business itself. And hence, the COVID-19 issue is not something that is stopping our business. In fact, we're probably the only organization that's growing because we feel we can help a lot more people out with the knowledge, experience we've gained. So we're getting a lot more inquiries, and we're helping a lot more people, probably more so now than any time in our history over the last 15 years or so.
Well, that's interesting. Help people, you say that, because I think our next VJ live calling, we're going to try and dedicate that calling to mental health, because lots of emails we seem to get in are regarding various clients or people who've got depressive orders because of the financial strains they're under, or they're suffering loss of some kind, and they're finding it difficult to sort of like deal with the banks and and tackling financial problems. So next we will attempt.
Can I just interrupt for a second? I think mental health is probably one of the biggest issue that affects people's business and finances.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it tends to be bigger than the property business issue itself. Property and business finance issues is usually 90% of the time I find it fairly easy to actually find a solution to. It's the mental health issue that people have around their issues that makes it 10 times more difficult sometimes to solve their problem. But because we're dealing with all sorts of manner of psychological issues with clients in Northern Ireland, for example, from suicide to depression to manic depression, cancer to people that have got alcoholism, drug abuse.
Alcoholism, you said.
That's right. I've seen every single type of issue under the sun over the last 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we've devised solutions around well-being as well as...
Okay, that's an important topic that's come up. In your team, do you have people who specialize in mentoring or mental health, or at least supporting people?
So my team is very diverse, and what we tend to do is anything that's highly litigious, very, very difficult to do, and around drug abuse, for example, we would outsource to specialist organizations that could literally be flown in, parachuted in to help that client.
Okay.
As an organization, we're quite quick to know really what's happening with clients on day one. So we're very careful not to get involved in all their personal issues, but to actually find the relevant expert in our team who can actually help depending on the problem.
Okay, we've got another. I think this is a bit of a weird email. It's come from an anonymous. He says, any ideas on a recipe for cooking roadkill chicken? I don't know what that's got to do with the fixer, but any ideas?
I think possibly to not eat it because you don't know what you're eating.
Wow, okay. You're all sorts.
It's probably like a recipe to an early death.
Okay. So roadkill chicken, definitely not something to eat.
Yeah, I would actually advise against that. I'm not going to be able to fix that problem.
Okay, good. Okay, well, that's just come up.
That may be down to their own sort of psychological issues around some sort of fetish chicken.
Oh, okay. So we've got another one. This one is right. This is more about Black Lives Matter. What's your opinion on that, and how do you think it affects your position as a fixer? Are you racist, and do you see colour when you're fixing people's problems?
Well, to keep it really simple, I'm a Sikh, and our ethos is to treat everybody the same. So whether you're short, fat, black, white, yellow, whatever, hairy ears, big tummy, whatever it is, we treat everybody the same. I don't maybe like certain accents, maybe I don't really, maybe certain accents I don't understand.
Yeah.
But on the whole, 99.9% of the time, I think we don't treat anybody any differently.
So Lakhi Singh is basically an all-inclusive. You're inclusive, basically. So you don't have any exclusions.
Never have, never will.
Okay.
Won't happen.
That's interesting. The next one we've got is a question relating your feelings on the LGBT community, and do you have special consultations for people who probably find it difficult to deal with the normal community? Do you have any problem like that?
No, I think we're very open, and we work with everybody, and we don't LGBT and Black Lives Matter. As far as we're concerned, we are open for business for anybody and everybody who comes through the door.
That's good. Okay, so you're not all-inclusive
We
organization.
look at their agenda or anything like that as well. So that's we're all inclusive.
That's good. Okay, that's a good.
But I won't give you my list of clients and agendas and or anything like that. I've probably dealt with nearly every nationality and every type of LGBT
It's good.
client as well.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, going over to legals. We've got an email regarding a legal problem. Okay, boundary walls. That's what they're saying. They've got a boundary wall issue with a property that they've taken on, and can you support them? Do you have anybody in your team that is an expert or at least understands boundary walls and the problems associated with neighbours?
Got panel of 200 solicitors, and we would have knowledge and expertise in different areas of property law, from boundary disputes to planning permission to conveyancing to lease extension. So we'll have various experts in each field. So we're always happy to answer questions. And if we don't know, I don't know personally because I can't know everything. I always have at least a panel of 10 or 20 experts in a particular area that I can always refer to. And but it's always a good way to start is actually look up first. But we've actually got the more specialist experts which are better than Google. If you're looking for more of a solid answer rather than having to go to Google, which might give you too many erroneous.
Okay. So can you tell us then, how do they get access and what to do next? If they're listening in on this call, you're talking about being the fixer, you're the person who's there and you're trying to be available for everyone 24 hours, I believe. Is that what you present, that you're a 24-hour service? So
put the question in between 9 and 5 onto the group. Then our legal team, which specialises in any legal problems, will be quick to answer the question. But if you're for some reason it gets lost in the system because we're going to get inundated on the groups, then just feel welcome to directly DM me.
Feel what? What did you feel?
Send me a direct message.
What were you feeling?
I don't know what you mean, sorry.
You said I will feel free.
Yeah, feel free to send a direct message to me if you find that you need
Okay.
a response.
So how do they go about that?
99% of the time, our team will come back to you with an answer, normally within a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's good. So with regards to how do they get to chat with you? How do they get to meet you? Do they go onto the Facebook first? Do they join something? Do they have to go to one of your various websites?
We've got to go to the Alternative Property Business Solutions community.
So just listen, just for everyone there, it's the Alternative Business and Property Solutions.
Alternative Property and Business Solutions community.
Business Solutions Community with Lakhi Singh.
That's the overarching group across the whole country. But if you want maybe more of a regional question, or you want to be mixed in with your local community, then
Yeah.
your property investor in northwest of Manchester, then you can join that group and say, look, I'm looking to sell my 5 properties. What can you do to help? So you'll say, I'm looking to buy 5 properties which are HMOs.
So who's the LPA property? Who's heading that then? Or who's it they talk to there? Is it you again, or is it somebody else within the estate agency? Is it someone you're working with?
Basically, what I've done is I've made sure that I'm not a bottleneck for anything that's happening in any of the communities, and there's somebody dedicated locally in each of the regional groups and in the main group, who's a specialist in property sales.
Yeah.
So there'll be a local person that will be heading that up, and so they can talk to them, and if they want to speak to the regional head, come to the main group and talk to them. We're just finding out how that's going to work, but basically we're open for business for anybody that wants help. You shouldn't
Cool.
really have any problems at all with property in this market if you're talking to us.
Okay.
We always have a solution for it anywhere across the UK.
Well, Lucky, we're going to have to cut you for time because that's nearly the end of today's session with you. Again, for everybody out there, we're live with Lakhi Singh every week, the property fixer, the gentleman who can actually get answers to all your solutions and problems. He set up a Facebook community called the Alternative Property and Business Solutions Community. And the purpose is they are helping people to find the relevant solutions to their requirements. And anything you want to say as we go out, Lakhi Singh, to the audience, people listening?
If you're out there, you've got any sort of issue around property, whether it's even if you're looking for a job, you're happy to put in the community, you've got a debt issue you're worried about, you can try and get a business loan, you can raise finance, just feel welcome to communicate with us. You can approach us anonymously. You can approach us directly, you can approach the community. We've got the panel, we've got the community, you can talk to us direct. So no problem is an issue for us. Any problem that you've got, even if it's slightly outside the community of business and property, we're always open to help you. So don't be a stranger. You're finding it difficult, or difficulty of any sort in property or business. We're there to help.
Okay, great. So we're going out with that. So Lucky, I think we've agreed at the end of every of the sessions, we're going to be giving it the Lakhi Singh. Is it the thumbs up? Is it the Sikola or is it the Izula? And is that it?
Straight hands.
Straight hands.
Straight hands. Yeah, so you're going to be straight there.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So see you next week, everybody, and thank you very much, Lakhi Singh, for your time. Hope to speak to you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you very much.